And including concluding remarks here, in case you guys didn't catch the end of the gameplay video, and I'll kind of expand on what I went over at the end of the gameplay video, but just a bit of a recap here. So again, in this manual, we went over mindset, being willing to adapt, knowing that that it's not exactly going to be like the NFL, and that at the end of the day, it's a video game, and sometimes you're going to have to utilize what's good in the video game if you want to be as successful as you want to be. Then we went over the top 5 mistakes you're making, such as running forms to the short side, not utilizing a form with the halfback in the backfield, not utilizing zone drops, which we covered a good bit, not using a linebacker or safety. And as you saw in the gameplay video, I made a lot of plays with my user. Again, we go over that more in the maximizing the user defender course, but and also not using practice mode, which we went over a good bit as well. So again, after those games, if there's something if you've struggled with, make sure to go back in practice mode and kind of brush up on it. And then we went over the top 5 labbing tips. So again, you want to be trying every single play. You never know what's gonna really work. So, and also use 2 controllers. So again, when you come back at the end of those games from online head-to-head, you can kind of set up and replicate what give you trouble in the game, and then go into practice mode with the 2 controllers and work it out through there. And then practice versus every base coverage. Again, we went over attacking every base coverage extensively in this, and then in even greater detail in the raw common development course. And then we had again, I just said it, lab versus what gave you trouble in game, and then also practice it versus a friend, because at the end of the day, you can only think, you're going to be limited as the ideas you have. It's good to kind of bounce ideas off a friend, see how they react to the ideas you had. So, and then again, we have the reading defenses pre-snap, where if you have that single high safety, it's probably cover 1 or cover 3. And then if you have the 2 high safety, it's probably cover 2 or cover 4. But again, remember, the important part is the post-snap reads, because again, the pre-snap reads can only tell us so much sometimes. So always making sure post-snap you're reading the outside corner and the safeties on one half of the field, and then sometimes switching to the other half to see what the outside corners and safeties are doing on the other side. So, and then we went over the importance of pull routes. And again, we go into much more depth, much more pull route talk in the route common development course. But I gave you guys a nice introduction where how we're utilizing streaks to kind of push off deep blues to open up our corner routes and crossers. And then we went over again attacking the basic coverages, such as cover 2 man, cover 2 zone, cover 3, cover 4. Again, sidelines are your best friends. And then we went over what's a base play, and those are your money plays. And usually we want to revolve our base plays around the crossing routes and corner routes, because they're tough to defend, especially when we have that pull route on the field. And then we went over what each individual zone does. And then we went over why zone drops are so important. And as you saw in the gameplay video, I use zone drops a good bit, because a lot of times people like to hit those big plays, and it's great to have that option to put your flats on 25 to take away those crossers, and then still being able to take away the underneath game if you put your purples on 5. And then we went over the basic run defense, such as the 2 men under, spy your spy the backside safety, purple the strong side safety, and always do it out of man, not zone, because you're going to get a lot better pursuit angles out of man. And then we went over briefly how to click on and user catch, which is something you need to practice. And then added to it, again, most important part, have that next play mentality. It is what it is. Control what we can control. Then also, I forgot, also how to pass it. Again, that's something you got to work on in practice mode, but basically that's, depending on the side of the field or who you throw it to, it's, again, you want to be pass leading usually at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Sometimes 2 to 3 or 9 to 10. But that's all I have for you guys. I appreciate you guys investing in this course, but really investing in yourselves, because hopefully you guys just made yourselves a much better Madden player now that you had that basic knowledge, that foundation, so you can kind of build off this now and become a much greater player. Now you have much better understanding it. And again, it wasn't just all money plays being thrown at you. It's something that you can carry on from Madden to Madden, and hopefully significantly grow your game. And again, if you guys want to keep growing, keep investing in yourself, again, we have many great courses up ahead, like the raw combo development, maximizing the user defender, when and how to adjust on defense. Again, these skills apply to every single Madden. Again, you're investing in your now and you're investing in your future. So, and also if you guys want to work on these skills personally with me, again, I offer coaching sessions as well, which is really helpful for a lot of players because they get that one-on-one attention. Again, think of it like, sometimes people can kind of view these sessions as learning from an online textbook, and it's not too responsive, it's not too hands-on. So if you're more looking for that hands-on experience, again, feel free to book a coaching session with me, and we can go over the specifics and kind of target what exactly you need, and then I can kind of develop a plan to work with you around your weaknesses, and then turn them into strengths. Also, we're offering skills workshops as well. So, maybe if the price of a single individual session is too high, you can do the skills workshops as well. Or if you just prefer to work in a group, that's awesome as well. Again, we kind of simulated a virtual classroom. So, again, we're going to throw you guys into, groups. If you do the 10-person class, we'll throw you guys into duos. Again, have like a little lecture at the start on like a particular skill. And then, again, I'm going to host like group activities, and everyone's going to be streaming for each other. So everybody can kind of help each other out and work with each other. Because again, a lot of times when you need your peers to work through, certain aspects, whether it's basketball, whether, you're doing band, it's always good to, seek help from your peers, because, sometimes they're going to know things that you don't know, and they can help you. And obviously I'm going to be overlooking everything and helping everyone and kind of facilitating, the group discussion. So again, this is a new feature added to the site, and I'm super excited to be coaching this because no one's ever done something like this, and I feel like it's an essential part, involving one's peers, into helping grow their Madden game. So again, you guys have all the resources in the world available to you on this site. And again, if you guys need to reach out for anything, again, feel free to contact me by email, Twitter. I'm always here to help you guys. Again, I want to see you guys become better Madden players. I don't want to just, throw you, a 3-month-old, an ebook that'll last you, maybe 3 months, and then you got to go and purchase, 10 more ebooks, or, like 3 or 4 more ebooks for the rest of the year, every single year, just to, follow along with the meta, and you don't really understand what's going on, man. I want you guys to actually understand what's going on, and teach you guys the essentials, how to think like the pros. So again, always feel free to reach out, and again, I appreciate you guys for investing in yourself, investing in me, for helping you guys become better Madden players.